Hello, my angels. So they came in. The Dossier perfumes are here and we're about to open them up. There are 12 of them. Get excited. One of them is actually a repeat because I already bought it, but I loved it so much that I bought it again. So I'm going to put some powder on because I want to show you guys the difference between natural looks and then what's expected of us YouTubers that are on. Like, you guys want everybody to be like flawless and perfect. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. But it's the truth. So just to show you the difference, if I just put some powder on, how different it makes you look. So all I'm doing is putting powder on. Powder and then, what's that thing called? A little bit of blush. That's it. That's how I get ready for my videos. But that's the difference. That's the difference between somebody saying, wow, you look okay, and like, girl, why didn't you? Girl, why didn't you try? I don't think I look that bad without makeup, but I understand that in this world, they expect you to look a certain way. And this is, the powder was Laura Geller in the Tan Illuminating Foundation. And this is Pink Slip by Becoming. It's a lip color, but you can also use it as a blush. That's it. I already had lipstick on. It's Milani. I don't know. It's in the car. And then I put on the Lash Clash mascara. That's it. I just put on powder, blush, mascara, and lipstick. And that's it. No contour, nor this, nor that. I don't do my eyebrows. Nothing, because this is what I look like. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it! Okay. Is that it? The first one. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Powdery Jasmine. So this is supposed to be a dupe for Viktor and Rolf's Good Fortune. I'm going to try and figure out how to turn the video around. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm still learning all this stuff. So hopefully I do figure out how to reverse it so you can read everything. If this is your first time watching any of my videos or a Dossier video, Dossier makes perfumes that are similar to some of these high-end name brands. So you could save some money. But what I think they do, this is not facts. This is alleged. This is just my opinion. It's not rooted in truth or fact. But what I think they do is they listen to all the reviews that people make about a certain perfume. And then they tweak that one thing that everyone says they don't like about the perfume. And then they make their version. And that's why so many people say that their version is better than the original in certain sense. So my particular, so far, I reviewed 10 of them. And I'll put the link for that video. It's on my other channel. But I'll put the link for that video in the description box. And there's only 2 that were identical. Same spray. Like when you spray it on, it's exactly the same. Same dry down, same everything, same longevity, projection. It was only 2. And it was Gourmand White Flowers, which is Flower Bomb, and Ambery Cherie, which is Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. Identical. Everything else, there was always something a little bit off. I think it's Floral Rose or Powdery Rose. I have to go look. The one that's the Labo Rose 31, that was slightly off because the Dossier version was a little bit lighter, just a little bit softer. But it's already a soft fragrance, a very soft, light fragrance. It's not like a boom in your face fragrance. So they were so similar, but I could tell the difference because I'm like a perfume snob. And then the Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford, which is the powdery coconut. That one was just the same exact starting points, similar dry downs, but when it dried down, you still smelled the oil. Like if it was coconut, suntan oil, you still smell the oil droplets in the Soleil Blanc. Whereas with the powdery coconut, it turned into like coconut body lotion or cream. There's a difference because the oil smells differently than cream, right? So same exact first notes, similar dry downs, but then overall it was slightly off. With the powdery coconut, just so you know. So this, I don't have an original to it. I just wanted to try it because I love jasmine. And so I thought I would try the powdery jasmine. I paid for these, so these are an honest review. I don't care what anybody says. I'll tell you whether or not I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it from the eBay seller. Their information is going to be in the description box because you get 10 Dossier perfumes for $125 plus tax and shipping. Comes out to like $15.80 a bottle. So even when Dossier is 40% off, it's still cheaper to go through the eBay seller. The only difference is with Dossier, you can return it within 30 days if you don't like it. With the eBay seller, you can't. But with the eBay seller, it benefits charity. So it's kind of like, So I feel like Dossier gives these people their leftover perfumes or like any perfumes they might not have or need, or I don't know if it's them or Walmart or whoever, somebody's giving these people the Dossier perfumes and then they're selling it on eBay. And I love working with a seller because I just email them. I'm like, hey, do you have this, this, and this? Can I order it? And if they say yes, then I put in my order for 10. You can get lots of 10, 20, or 50. So here we go. Wait, no. I'm going to put it on my finger because I have 12 to try on. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, so if you don't like jasmine, you're not going to like it. Like my sister, she doesn't like jasmine or gardenia. Well, she likes gardenia, but not jasmine. So we love the new Christian Dior L'Or. I find that women, oh, this is nice. I like it, but I'm into those scents. I don't know why, because when I was younger, I despised jasmine and gardenia. And now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I love it. It smells so nice. Full disclosure. Most men don't like jasmine and gardenia. Women do. So this is a perfume, like the J'adore L'Or by Christian Dior. Oh my God, it's so good. It smells like the J'adore L'Or. You guys, if you like, okay, I know this is supposed to be Victor and Rolf's, whatever. If you like Christian Dior, J'adore L'Or, I just bought one for myself for Christmas and I gave my mom one for an early birthday present, right? Because they had like 15% off at Nordstrom, plus you got like 10 Nordy notes for every $1 that you spend, which is basically $10 off for every $100, plus the 15% off. I was like, that's like getting almost 25% off. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting it for sure. So if you have a Nordstrom card or you work with a Nordstrom SA, if you don't have an SA, my SA's information will be in the description box. You can use her, you can talk to her, work with her, whatever. And she'll help you and she'll give you free samples. And it's just like a really great experience to have an SA. This smells like it. It doesn't smell exactly like it because there's more, like there's like this, it's just a more intense, you know, like YSL Libre and the YSL Libre Intense. So I feel like this smells very similar to the J'adore L'Or, only again, lighter, softer, where the J'adore L'Or is more intense and just So women love jasmine, gardenia, these kind of scents, right? Older men like that as well, but the I would say older, like late 40s, maybe early 50s and high and older, they tend to like the jasmine and the gardenia because it, you know, it was like a generational thing. Women gravitate towards that like it, and they're like, oh my God, you smell amazing. So you're gonna get a lot of compliments from women, but not often from men when you wear jasmine and gardenia overall. I mean, it might be different in different regions of the world, but I'm talking about New York. You know, like, but where you live, it might be different. But I'm just letting you know, like, this is what I found. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I'm keeping it because I love jasmine. I never wear jasmine out in public. I only use it to spray in my house when I'm working because it uplifts my mood. And I really, really, truly enjoy it. So I can get rid of this box. But I don't wear it out because it's not the kind of, it's not a big compliment getter because there's not a lot of people. Most people like those sweet, cloyingly sweet ones, which I think all the perfumes smell the same now. I love it. So there's jasmine, there's powder, which is why it's called powdery jasmine. There's no cream. I don't smell creaminess. Just powder and jasmine. That's it. That's exactly what it smells like. So if you like jasmine and you like powdery scents, you're going to love this. Again, I don't feel this is a compliment getter. If you like it, you like it. You might say like, oh, you smell good because you like it. I think it's soothing. I feel like it's more aromatherapy than it is like going out trying to snatch a man or a woman or whatever you're into right now. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's, but if you're into women or you want to try to attract a woman, women tend to like the powdery jasmine ones, you know? So if the person that you're into likes that, then you might want to wear this around them. You know what I mean? You want to wear whatever your partner likes or whoever you like. Like, I like them, but they don't know that I like them, but I want to attract them. But then, so then you find out what they like and then you wear that and they're like, oh my God, you smell so good. So now all of a sudden you're in their brain, you know? Facts. Okay. The next one is, oh wait. Didn't I just open this? Did I order 2 of them? Oh no. He gave me 2 powdery jasmines. He was supposed to give me a floral jasmine. Oh, man. Oh, well. I'm going to have to email him. That's upsetting. So I ordered 2 powdery jasmines, but I asked him to replace one with floral jasmine. And he didn't. He just ended up giving me 2. It's just fine because I like it. But it's not what I wanted. I really like the floral jasmine a lot more. Let me just put this on this another finger. I mean, I guess fine. I'm not going to be picky. Because the powdery jasmine on their website, on Amazon, is $10. But with shipping, it ends up being like $17.80. But still, $17.80, which is what it is on the website, but you have to, which is exactly what it is on the Dossier website, but you have to buy 6 of them to get the $17.80 because you get 40% off if you buy 6 on Dossier. No, actually, I think I like the powdery jasmine. Okay, it worked out. I think I like the powdery jasmine more. Yeah, I do. Than the floral jasmine. So I tried the floral jasmine and I fell in love with it. Floral jasmine is supposed to be a dupe for Tom Ford's Rouge, Jasmine Rouge. I never smelled Tom Ford's Jasmine. It is so nice. You know what? No, I do like the floral jasmine better than the powdery jasmine because it's more of a prominent jasmine scent, not muddied by anything else. Even though the scents have, apparently, if you read the notes, there's multiple things that are in there that make it this amazing jasmine. But I feel like it's more of a pure sense of jasmine. The powdery jasmine is nice. I like it too. But I like the floral jasmine better. That's why I ordered like the moment I put on that floral jasmine, the next day I bought another one. In the guise of the powdery jasmine, but I don't think the seller remembered and I'm okay with it. So let's try Woody Sandalwood, which is supposed to be, I think that's supposed to be the Santal 35. Yep, Santal 33. And the concentration just lets you know what the projection is going to be, how strong it's going to be. So that one had 18% concentration. This one has 25. Everybody raves about this one. I'm not into musk. I don't love Santal 33 the way everybody else does. I like the floral jasmine better. But the powdery jasmine's fine. Like, neither one is going to be like whatever, but I think that the powdery jasmine smells more like J'adore l'Or. And the floral jasmine has its own scent. It's not like Elise 31 from the Labo, which I love. LYS 41, sorry. LYS 41 is one of my favorite perfumes by the Labo. I have it here. And that one is nice because it has jasmine gardenia. It has all these different white florals, but in such a concentrated, original scent kind of like form that it's just so overwhelming to the senses. It's delicious. That one, the Elise 41, is the only perfume that has jasmine and gardenia that I would wear in public, as well as the J'adore l'Or, because I do feel like they're more sophisticated scents. I feel like with the right clientele, like if you're having a drink at the Pierre Hotel in Manhattan or at the Plaza or, you know, I don't think the Waldorf Astoria is around anymore. I think it's gone, but I have to double check. I don't think it's there, but I could be wrong. That's when I would wear those perfumes. The YSL Libres, the J'adore l'Ors, the Pure Poison by Christian Dior. I feel like those are attention grabbers for the type of people that go to those places, because they have that profile. Like I always say, wealthy people have a completely different scent profile, what they like to smell, than upper middle class, than middle class, than the rest of the public. A lot of like generic scents are very sweet, candy-like. Whereas with wealthy people, they like the spicy, I don't like them, spicy, strong, like original or like floral extracts, like the original form of a flower, or like these spicy notes, which I'm not attracted to at all. But I know how to play the game. So we're doing Woody Sandalwood, which is Santal 33. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I knew I wasn't going to like it. I don't even know why I bothered. I really shouldn't have ordered this. There was like 3 other perfumes that I wanted, and I ordered 2 perfumes, Black Opium and Santal 33, which I know I don't like for a fact. And I still ordered them. I figured I would give them away to you guys because I wanted to compare them. I don't think it smells like Santal 33 because Santal 33 has a cleaner, brighter, unscathed scent profile, where with this one you can tell it's muddied with other scents. Like there's more spices in this one than there is. So this one has violet leaves, cardamom, orris, ambrox, cedarwood, cypriol, musk, sandalwood, amber. So I'll see how it dries down, but I smell the cardamom more here than you would with the Labo version. where I don't get cardamom in there at all. Here, the cardamom is strong. Right, so we're going to let that dry down. You know, and also the floral jasmine has more lasting powder than the powdery jasmine. Oh, I love the floral jasmine. I'm so upset. Oh my God, this cardamom is so... Oh my gosh. No, it's so prevalent. I don't think it's an exact dupe because I actually like Santal 33. I don't love it, but I like it. And it's not the same. This is stronger on the cardamom, but we're going to wait for the dry down. Okay, let's look at Woody Tobacco, which I've never smelled either. This is supposed to be a dupe for Jazz Club, if I'm not mistaken. God, I'm so good at this. And this has 18% concentration. I find that their tobacco doesn't smell like tobacco because in my other review, I reviewed powdery tobacco, which was supposed to be Tom Ford's tobacco vanille, which is one of my favorite scents in the world, and it doesn't smell like that. And I'm giving that away if anybody's interested in it. It smells like cocoa and ginger. That's it. No vanilla. Oh, this is nice. Oh. Well, this is really nice. It does smell like a jazz club. It smells like cigarettes, cigars, bourbon, people drinking brown liquor, you know, like whiskey, bourbon. Oh my gosh, it does smell like a jazz club. I like it. Now these, again, this is not something that I would ever wear. I mean, I should give this to my brother. I would spray this in the house as a room spray. Again, aromatherapy. It is so nice. I can't imagine this on a human being though. I'm saying this is very masculine. This is not a unisex scent. It is so nice. I don't like cigarette smoke at all. I have really bad lungs, so I can't even be around smokers. Like, I've had to lose out on amazing boyfriends because I could, even with the vaping, I couldn't be around them because I could, my lungs can decipher the particles, if that makes sense, even if it's vaping. Even when I open these boxes, I always get allergies and whatever because when you open it, there's like this dust that goes in the air from opening the cardboard, and it always gives me a runny nose. And oh my God, I love this. If you like tobacco scented perfumes, you're gonna like. I actually like this one. I wish they would take this formula and add vanilla to it, and I think this would smell more like tobacco vanille than the powdery tobacco, because that smells literally, all you smell is ginger. You smell cocoa and ginger, no vanilla, nothing. Cocoa and ginger. It's so weird. I'm like, how could they even say that this is a dupe? But I could have an old bottle. I could have a bad batch. I love this. It's so weird. It does smell like an elderly man. Like, you know, when you used to, I don't know about you, when I used to go to like my friends, when I was like a 5-year-old, like between 5 and 15, probably 5 and 11, I would go to my friend's grandparents' house. If they smoked cigars or cigarettes, that's what it would smell like. But it does smell like a jazz club. If you don't like the smell of cigarettes or cigars, it's not like cigarettes. It's like cigarettes before you burn it. Like when you open up a pack of cigarettes and you smell it, or you take a cigar and you go like this before you actually light it. That's what it smells like. It's amazing how they do this. Okay, I'm going to put it back in the box. I'm going to keep it. I'm just trying to figure out where I would use it. If not, I might give it to my brother. But then he's going to get in trouble because my mom's going to think he's smoking. Oh, I love it. I wouldn't put this on my bed because there's some certain scents that I put on my bed so that it feels like there's a guy there, but there isn't, you know. I wouldn't wear it on my bed because it's not something I want to smell on my bed. It's just like something I would spray in the room. Just, I don't know, because sometimes you just want, maybe you put some jazz on and you grab a nice glass of wine and then you just spray that for ambiance and you just relax and you sit down and you're just like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. But it's not going to be for everybody. Ambery Vanilla sounds pretty. And this is supposed to be a dupe for Black Opium. I don't like Black Opium, but I do have it. So we'll do a 1-to-1. I don't like this. My sister likes this, so I'm going to give this to my sister, both of them. We'll do it here because I don't want to have to smell it all day. And the reason I ordered these is because sometimes Dossier does it better than the original. So like with the YSL Libre that they had, the floral lavender. Oh, that has a very strong alcohol smell. First notes. So we have to wait for the alcohol to dissipate. It's a perfumer's alcohol. So we're going to wait. And then to me, when at first notes, there is a spice. Is it star anise? What is it? Top notes, mandarin, pear, pink pepper, the licorice. Okay, so I smell the licorice in the Tom Ford one. I don't smell it in the Ambery vanilla. Then it goes to jasmine, orange blossom, cedarwood, patchouli, vanilla, and coffee. I don't smell any of it. This, again, this is just a lighter version of the original. See, with the original Black Opium, you smell everything. You smell the licorice. You smell the orange blossom. It's nice. It's just not my scent profile. Whereas with this one, it is a toned down version of it. A more like generic, not generic, that's not a right word. A softer version of it. So like what I was saying about the floral lavender with YSL Libre. It's a dupe, right? I think it smells very similar, but it is a daytime version of the YSL Libre, where YSL Libre I feel is more of like a light nighttime. And I have the Eau de Toilette, which is like more watered down than the Eau de Parfum. And I have the Intense. I love the Intense. It's amazing. The Eau de Toilette is gorgeous too. I didn't like the Eau de Parfum. I actually like the Eau de Toilette better than the Eau de Parfum, but I love the Intense better than the other one. So I feel like YSL is definitely a nighttime fragrance. I don't feel like it's a daytime fragrance at all, but Dossier's version is a daytime fragrance because it takes out all those notes that make it a nighttime fragrance. The Dossier version has more lavender, whereas the original has more amber. So they're different. And the amber is what makes it more of a nighttime scent than a daytime scent. And the lavender is what makes it more of a late, you know? So it's a softer version, a little bit stronger on the lavender notes, but it still has the essence and the memory of a Libre. But not everybody's going to like it. So if you like YSL Libre, but you think it's too strong, but you kind of want to wear it during the day, I think the Dossier version is really nice. So now I noticed that the Dossier version is drying as, to me, it smells like dried fruit. Like dried peaches. Dehydrated and dried peaches. Not dehydrated, dried peaches. Because you still have like, this one still is more on the vanilla licorice note. The cedarwood is coming out. So they don't go on the same. They don't dry down the same. They're harboring and they're highlighting different notes. Again, but it's still a softer version of this. Weird, right? I don't know how that happens, but it does. So it's nice. It's not something I'm going to reach for. I'm definitely giving this to my sister with the Black Opium like this. I'm going to give that to her for Christmas because she said she likes Black Opium. I was like, well, Fabienne, you can have it then because I don't want it. She took Aquatic Coconut. She loved it. And that's the dupe for Beach Walk, which to me doesn't smell like the beach at all. The first notes do, but the dry down is more of like CK1, Aqua di Gio, that clean kind of unisex cologne scent that's light as opposed to strong. She liked it. She loved it. And then I gave her the Flower Bomb, which I told you was Gourmand White Flowers by Dossier. And she loved that one too. And that's the exact dupe. Their exact everything. The floral, the Gourmand White Flowers is the dupe for Dossier's Flower Bomb. And they're identical. Everything's identical. So this is a softer one. The Dossier version of Black Opium is a softer one. And it does highlight more the fruits and the dry down. Where with this one, with the Black Opium, you're still smelling... Now it's turning more into vanilla, which is what I think a lot of people like with the Black Opium. They like that dry down of the vanilla and the different scents. So now this is becoming more vanilla, but the vanilla is not prominent here. But this one, I still smell more of the fruit. So we're going to wait on that one because that one's a little bit more complex of a perfume. The powdery jasmine is okay now, but now I don't smell jasmine anymore. I smell more powder and a green. I don't like green. The floral jasmine is still good. The Jazz Club is now getting a little annoying. I might not keep it. Because now it's turning into like cigar, like when somebody smokes, it's starting to smell like that, and I don't like that. I like when it smells like a raw cigarette or a raw cigar. Now it's starting to smell like smoke, you know, like by the fireplace smoke. So I'm sure their dupe of By the Fireplace is amazing because their marshmallow is amazing and their smoke is very similar. So I'm pretty sure their dupe of By the Fireplace is probably going to be fantastic, the Dossier version. If the smoke smells like this and the marshmallow smells like the marshmallow and Floral Marshmallow, which is a dupe for, Floral Marshmallow is the dupe for Kilian's Don't Be Shy, right? Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. And it does not smell the same at all. But it's so good in its own, on its own, that you're like, I'm keeping it. Like, it doesn't smell like Love Don't Be Shy, but it's just so good that it's like, I'm not returning it. It smells so good. I think that the Dossier version, the Floral Marshmallow, I think that smells like Parfums de Marly Oriana. I think that's more identical to Parfums de Marly Oriana than it is to Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian's. So yeah, so now it's smelling like cigarette smoke. So I'm not going to keep the Jazz Club. This one, the Woody Tobacco. I'm not going to keep that one because it's just not my scent profile. In the long run. But I do feel like it is a good man's perfume, especially if they do smoke. I feel like maybe this will soften the, you know, the smoker's smoke, make it a little bit more appealing. There's really good first notes though. Now the Black Opium, the original, has dried down to a very nice soft vanilla. It's beautiful. The Dossier version, all the Dossier versions are lighter versions of the original. They don't, except for some of the Tom Ford dupes, they don't have the same lasting power and projection as normal perfumes. They don't, unless you spray it on your clothes. If you spray it on your skin, they won't. But if you spray it on your clothes, they might. It's not the same vanilla. There's more cedar wood in this one. It's nice. Again, it's a daytime version of Black Opium. It's not going to have the same staying power. So I don't consider this a dupe for the Black Opium. I consider this like a lighter, I Wish I Were Black Opium version. Not my favorite. Okay. Then we're going to do Woody Oakmoss, which is a dupe for Coco, Chanel, Mademoiselle. I don't have that one to smell it, but I only like 3 scents from Chanel. Gardenia, Beige, and this one. So I'll know if I like it or not. Oh, it's so pretty. I can smell it already. It's so pretty. And they all have magnetic tops, which makes it look nice. And this simple kind of modern, simplistic, minimalist kind of look. So it looks good on the counter overall. It does smell like Coco Chanel. Is it an exact dupe? Probably not, because none of them are really exactly. But it's enough for me to say I'm not going to buy the Coco Chanel Mademoiselle, and I might just wear this one. So I'm going to wait for the dry down. As you can see, I put it over here first, and then I decide later on. Because the dry down is the most important part. Don't ever judge a perfume on its first notes. When you go out and you try on a perfume, walk around for 20 minutes. Not 10 minutes, and then you'll see how it is on your skin. I don't love this one or the other one, Coco Chanel Mademoiselle. I don't love this one or that one, because it has like clean, fresh scents. And then it kind of starts to, in my opinion, it starts to smell like you just got out of the shower, soapy clean, with bergamot, which is what this smells like. So we'll wait. I might not keep that. I might give that to my sister. Floral Pink Pepper. Oh, Lord Jesus, please. This is supposed to be the dupe for like Mon Cherie, like Dior, Miss Dior Cherie from 2017. I loved that smell. And if this smells anything like that, I might cry on camera. Scent is a powerful thing, right? I don't think it smells like it at all, but let's see. There's a lot of pink pepper in this one. Wait for the dry down. Yeah, if you like clean, fresh scents, you're going to like the Coco Mademoiselle one. You're going to like this one that is the Woody Oakmoss. But let's wait. Now it's starting to get woody, which is what I think gives it that fresh, clean, like almost like an Irish Spring kind of clean. That's what I'm getting. Very like Irish Spring soap clean. This does not smell like this 2017 Miss Dior, but we'll wait because now the peppercorn is fading. Thank you. So we'll wait on that one. The black opium is nice. The original one. The dupe is fading, but what I find with Dossier perfumes is they fade and then they come back. I like the Coco Chanel Mademoiselle. And I don't like clean, fresh scents. I don't like these. I don't know if I would wear this out in public or if I would just spray it as a room spray. Like when somebody's coming over, you just spray it all over the house. I do that all the time. Because it's so fresh and clean and nice, and now it's getting a little citrusy on the lemon side. Almost like a, not a Pledge or a Mr. Clean, but okay, we'll keep going. Oh my God, all I smell is the pepper. The notes of the flowers are starting to come out, but it's very strong on the pepper. But you need that pepper base note to mix with the flowers to create the final product. So, okay, so that's this one, Floral Pink Pepper. We're going to put that over here. And then the Woody Freesia. I don't remember what that is. Oh, I've never smelled this. This is a blind buy because everyone keeps talking about Armani C. And this is the original version. So there's all these different versions of Armani C that everybody talks about, but I've never smelled any of them. So I'm just trying to see, do I like it? The Black Opium now is just a lighter version of Black Opium, but it still doesn't have the strong vanilla note that everybody loves from Black Opium. Not even close. And it doesn't have the licorice or that like note that makes you like, that makes it Black Opium. I don't think it's a dupe. Personally, I don't. But understand that when people are reviewing perfumes, hormones, because I'm older, get in the way. And I've also smelled more things. When you're young, I feel like younger people tend to think that certain smells are like grandma or older, but then they get older and they end up liking those scents. And then younger people tend to like more of the sweet gourmand scents, overall powdery, fresh, or spicy, but like on a generic level compared to like the more sophisticated scents that you get as you get older and you start to appreciate it. But that's not always the case. So age has to do something with it, experience and what you're accustomed to, whether you're a sweet lover or a spicy lover, and how you perceive scents, and then how it works on your skin, which then changes the entire composition. I don't do this on paper. I do it on my skin because I want people that have my scent profile. My list of like all the perfumes I recommend that I own are in the description box. So if you like a lot of the same ones, we probably have similar scent profiles. Yeah. I'm still waiting for the pink pepper to go away. It's fading, but it's still there. This is so pretty. The Coco Mademoiselle is nice. Like, even if it doesn't smell like the original, it's nice. Again, a daytime version of that perfume, because the original has notes that are like zing, zing, boom, bang. You don't have that here. It's just kind of like zen, you know? Again, a daytime version of that particular fragrance. This one, the Woody Freesia, I didn't spray it yet because I can't find the hole. Where's the hole? Oh, I didn't even spray it in the right spot. Okay, well, now it's everywhere. I like it. Oh, did I do this? I smell the black currant and the freesia. I don't smell the strawberry. It has jasmine. A lot of people say it's strong on the jasmine, the original. I smell all fruits. I don't smell jasmine. I guess a light jasmine. We'll wait for the dry down. It's been a few minutes and it's like still the pepper's there. But it is starting to fade, so we'll wait. I find that this Armani C is a fruity scent. You get all the complexities of the fruits that are here. You get the freesia, the black currant, the strawberries coming out now. There's a peach. I don't smell anything else. I don't smell the jasmine. I don't smell rose. I don't smell patchouli. But we'll wait. So now the black pepper's gone. Thank God. Horrible. Obviously, I didn't cry, so it doesn't smell like the original Dior. So this is the Gourmand patchouli, which is supposed to be the angel dupe. Thierry Muglier's Angel. I used to love this perfume when I was younger. Loved it. When it first came out, you know. Now I find it a little bit annoying. But I used to love it, so I wanted to see if it smelled anything like it, because I was just curious. I know what it smells like because I used to love it. And I'm sure this version of it, because I mean, that was many years ago, like almost 20 years ago. I'm sure that this version is going to be different because it's never the same. Because it's hard to get the same ingredients. Or it does smell like angel. It does. Let's wait for the dry down because the first notes usually have very strong spice. I think it's the anisette. Or the, what is in it? Mandarin, berries, passion fruit. Those were not the top notes. Patchouli, honey, plum, caramel, vanilla, cocoa. No. This has like a star anisette kind of scent to it. Like those hard spices that you have to grind down. Let's wait for it to dry down and see. I do really love this Coco Mademoiselle. And I don't like clean, fresh scents. I don't like them. I think my sister's going to like this one. Or my mom. My mom might like it. It's so clean, fresh. It's not me. I'm not clean, fresh. But it's so nice. Out of all of them, I'm really loving that one. The powdery jasmine, it's gone now. The jasmine isn't as prevalent. It's more like musky or powdery. The floral jasmine, the jasmine is still there, which is why I wanted that one. And the Jazz Club still smells like cigars. Like lit cigars now. I really don't like the black opium. But I didn't like it anyway, you know. Oh, it smells like Play-Doh now. The angel smells like Play-Doh. No, this smells nothing like Thierry Muglier's Angel. Nothing. First notes, yes. First notes, I was impressed. Dried down, absolutely not. There is the essence of it, but it's not even close in my opinion. I'm going to be honest, and I don't want to lie to you guys. This to me smells like a Dollar Tree version dupe versus a Dossier. Because Dossier, in my opinion, has been really good with the dupes, in my opinion. But I'm very disappointed in this one. Now, this, again, this could be a bad batch. This could be old. I don't know what the deal was with this one. But I don't like it. Fruity Neroli. I think this is the other Armani. My Way, maybe? Yeah. Armani My Way. Again, I've never smelled this one. This is the one that people say is very jasmine heavy, which is why I wanted to try it. The Miss Dior is getting a little bit more, it's nicer, but it's still not. This is Fruity Neroli. I've never smelled it, so I can't compare it. I'll just let you know if I like it or not. Top notes. I don't think any of these are going to smell like it. It smells nice in the beginning. Very fruity. I like it for now, but obviously the dry down on all of the Dossier perfumes, the dry down is always different from the first notes, except for Lost Cherry. Well, no, even Lost Cherry, it starts to sour and then it turns into cherries, into like maraschino cherries. I do like this one though. It kind of reminds me a little bit now, like a stronger, more sophisticated Clinique Happy. Very strong on the fruit notes. I smell like, it's not in here, but I smell like a peach or a mandarin. It's probably the orange blossom. The black currant, I could smell that. I don't smell neroli. It's starting to come out. And the strawberry. I do like this combination though. I think it's really nice how it's like going from one to the other, to the other, to the other. You know, like it's not. It's a nice floral, the floral pink pepper. It's just, where is it? It's not like Miss Dior Cherie at all, not even close. It's a nice floral. It's not bad, but you have to get past that pink pepper. And the pink pepper is so strong in the first notes. It's like, whoa. It's nice. It's not, I wouldn't pay for it. Like I would pay for it in this version, not the, but it's just, it's like a nice Dior soft floral. You know, like the Dior florals, when it comes to like the Miss Dior line, are very different than a lot of other scents that are out there. It does smell like it could be a lighter version of, or daytime version of a Dior, but all the Miss Dior ones are daytime versions. I think this is okay. I think it's like teenager friendly. The floral pink pepper, which is supposed to be Miss Dior Cherie's. I don't like this one anymore. What is that? The Fruity Neroli. It's not fruit anymore at all. It's gone. All the fruit is gone. I really like the fruit. Now you're smelling the jasmine and the tuberose. I understand why people say that. Yeah. I don't know how it goes. How does this happen? How do you go from like a floral scent to like a jasmine? How does that transition even work? It is very strong. It's like a boom in your face with the jasmine and the tuberose, which is what everybody says about Armani's My Way. The floral pink pepper is becoming a little bit more tolerable. It's nicer now. It's okay. Let me put this away. Hold on. It just fell on the floor. So this one is the Armani's Fruity Neroli. This is the My Way. I do like it because I like jasmine and I like tuberose. Not to wear in public because I know a lot of people don't like it. They all say, I hate it when they say that. I'm sorry, guys. It's like an old lady smell or a grandma smell. Like I did mention that once. It is a more mature scent because those were really popular. Remember, our grandparents didn't have access to all these chemicals. They had access to extracts of flowers. They had real perfume. That was like a real essential oil. And then they mixed them together to make these scents. So they were lucky, which is why they're not like all messed up and they have all these endocrine problems or overweight, because they didn't have all these chemicals replacing the real thing, you know? So that's why they smell like that. And then people are like, oh, I don't like it. But then we're sitting here smelling the sugar and the sweet, thinking that's natural when nobody even had that much sugar in their lives until the 50s and the 60s. Now there's sugar in everything. It's like, So it's a different, you know, different generation. I do like it. If you like floral tuberose, if you like jasmine, you're going to love this one. You're going to love the Fruity Neroli, which is so weird that it's called Fruity Neroli and it smells like jasmine and tuberose. It starts off fruity and neroli, but it doesn't end that way. Weird. Okay, now it's getting better. So the Cherie, Miss Dior Cherie. Floral pink pepper. It's better, but it's still not the same as the original. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now we're doing, there's 2 more, that's it. The Woody Freesia, which is the Armani C. It dried down to like a clean, fresh scent, which I did not expect that. It says patchouli, vanilla, blonde woods. I guess the woods is like the cleany, the musk. Yeah. I feel like this leans a little bit more towards teenage boy masculine, like a CK1, almost like the aquatic coconut. It's almost like a, it's not bad. It's good. There's a little bit of fruit in there. It's nice, but I feel like it smells like a teenage boy, like a CK1 Aqua di Gio, not Aqua di Gio, not even close, but more of like a CK1 kind of scent. Where it's fresh, it's clean, it's light, it's not like in your face at all. Nothing. It's not offensive, but you smell like something. But there's still fruitiness in there. This is very strong in the jasmine tuberose. The My Way, the Fruity Neroli. Ironically enough, right? Ironic. The Spicy Orchid. The Spicy Orchid. Which I think would have been the Black Opium, but it's not. This one is Tom Ford's Black Orchid, which I don't have, but I wanted to try it. And their Tom Ford scents have been spot on. I gotta give them that. Like, I have 3 bottles of the Solo Blanc in the 3.4 ounce, the body spray, like the body oil spray, and the travel spray. And I'm buying powdery coconut going forward. I'm not going to spend my money on the Solo Blanc anymore because it's so similar that it's just, in my opinion, not worth it. I'd rather spend $350 on something else, you know? So this one, I want to give it a good open space. Cinnamon, pink pepper, mandarin, ylang ylang, orchid. I smell the plum. Sandalwood, vanilla, incense, and patchouli. It's nice. I might keep it. Let's just wait. I love all the Tom Ford scents. Like, there's not really many that I don't love. The plum japonese. Oh my god. I don't know why they discontinued it. Oh. It smells smoky to me. Okay, hold on, let me fix this. Sorry, guys. Boom. Okay. It's starting to smell smoky, which they put in a lot of their scents. This like smoked tobacco kind of thing. Always. They always do this. I did smell the plum at first. Now it's the smokiness. The Cherry Smoke by Tom Ford. Oh, I love that. The plum japonese, I love that too. They all have like slight tobacco. This is nice. I doubt it's an exact dupe, but I think it's probably more similar than all of the other ones. They're really good with their Tom Ford dupes. Is it nice? Yes. Do I think I'm going to wear this? No. Would I use this as a room spray? Maybe. Because I do like the Cherry Smoke as a room spray. I feel like this would be a room spray for me. It's not something I would wear. I don't feel like people are going to go, you smell so good with this on. A lot of the Tom Ford scents are like that. They're nice, but they're not like a, oh my God, you smell so amazing. Like, you don't get that. You're just, it's different. So you're like, what is that? Oh, that's nice. But it's not like a, come sit here, you know? I do feel like a lot of the Tom Ford scents are room sprays. The Solo Blanc is nice because, like, now it's cold where I'm at. So you put it on and it reminds you of the summer. And it's just nice to smell the beach when you're, like, in the middle of cold, you know, weather. It's very pleasing. Not offensive. Let's wait. And then the last one. Okay, so now the floral pink pepper, all the pepper's gone. It's gone. No more pepper at all. Nothing. The floral's starting to come out. It's like a distant cousin of the Dior Cherie, but not even close. Like a second cousin. I don't know. I'd have to try it. I have to try it independently on its own on my clothes. I'm not dismissing it. Now the Black Orchid is nice. It's becoming softer, not powdery, but there's like a clean, fresh scent about it. The tobacco's gone. Now I'm smelling the Orchid. Okay, I kind of like this one. I'm going to put that here. I don't love any of these. Even the powdery jasmine. It's nice. I would use it as a room spray. And I'm not as excited about these scents as I was about the other ones, because the other ones were the ones that I chose originally because I love them. These I was just trying, so, you know, I'm not going to be as excited. This Citrus Neroli is supposed to be Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino, which I actually have a sample of, so I can compare them apples to apples. Oh, man, and it went far. All right, so let's go get the sample first. Is it this one? No. There it is. Neroli. And then the perfume fell, of course, all the way back there. It couldn't just fall like 2 feet away, no. Okay. Please be good. Okay. Please make this whole thing worth it. The Armani ones are okay. Based on the reviews that people have given, I feel like they're spot on to the original based on the reviews that I've I've heard. So this is the last one. Let's do apples to apples. So let's just, again. Yeah, the Black Orchid is more vanilla based. Whereas it's completely gone now. I don't even smell it on my skin. The dupe. I'm looking for it. It's gone. All right, I'm going to do a more in-depth review. I usually do shorts. So I put the long reviews on one channel and then I do the shorts on another. And the shorts give you more of a synopsis after wearing it for a while. I really do like Black Opium. I do like it now. I can see what the allure is. I'm not a fan of the Dossier version. At all. Okay, let's see if this one is apples for apples. Oh, I love it. It's like citrus and all yumminess. You smell the neroli, the citrus. You feel like you're in Capri or in the Mediterranean with like flowers everywhere and like orange trees. Okay, first notes, very similar. Very similar. Eerily similar. All the Tom Ford ones are so similar. It's crazy how they've mastered that. Like, that's what I can say about Dossier. If you want a Tom Ford scent, I haven't tried bitter. I didn't like bitter peach, so I'm not even gonna attempt to try to compare them. If you like Tom Ford scents, I think the Dossier version is a pretty good dupe of the Tom Ford scents. Like, I don't know, they spent a lot more time on those. It smells like Fruity Pebbles to me. The original has like a Fruity Pebbles kind of. My God, that's delicious. Same first notes, same dry down. Like I don't understand how they do this. I'm keeping this one. They always get the Tom Ford ones like spot on, which I think they're the ones that matter the most. Let me stop. This is crazy. Oh. Identical. And you see how picky I am. Identical. My God. Identical. Oh. Okay, let me spray again. The black opium's coming back, but it's so subtle and soft. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't want you to waste your money. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go to Walmart. I heard that Walmart has Dossier perfumes and smell them firsthand. I wouldn't recommend the black opium dupe. I do and I don't recommend the Libre, YSL Libre dupe, because it's a softer version. It's a daytime version. If you like YSL Libre, you're going to like the dupe, but it's a daytime softer version. Not identical, but still good enough that I was like, I'm still debating keeping it, because sometimes you just want to smell like it, but you don't want to be too strong. So I do like that one, the Floral Lavender, right? That's the dupe for YSL Libre. The black opium, I don't think it's worth it. I really like the original better. There's a distinct difference because it doesn't have that vanilla that we're all seeking. If you seek Amy, sorry. My God. My God. Identical dry downs. Like, it goes through all the same waves and phases at the same time. The same thing happened with Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, which is Ambery Cherry for Dossier, Ambery Cherry, and the Soleil Blanc. Only with the Soleil Blanc, like I told you, as it dries down, you miss the little, like, you know when you spray suntan lotion, scent and oil in the air, you get the oil, you could smell it. You don't smell that anymore with the powdery coconut, which is Dossier's version. But everything else is still there. The water, the sea, the salt, everything's identical. It's just you don't smell the oil particles that you still smell with the Soleil Blanc. But it's still good. It's enough for me to say I'm not buying Soleil Blanc anymore. I'm okay with just buying the powdery coconut. I really am. The jasmine, the floral jasmine is my favorite one. I'm so upset that I got 2 of the powdery jasmine when I really wanted one of the floral jasmine. I'm really, really upset about that. Because the floral jasmine is better than the powdery jasmine. Oh my God, you guys. I'm so happy I ended with this. Thank you, God. Okay. My personal opinion. The Angel... It's not identical. It's not even close. It's a nice scent, but it's not like the Angel at all. Angel, I would rather spend my money on Angel. I wouldn't recommend the dupe. I don't think they're similar enough. I don't. Now, if you're really like, I'm not spending that kind of money, I don't think Angel is as expensive as the other ones, then yeah, get the dupe. If you're not willing to spend the money, then always get the dupe. You know what I mean? But I am willing to spend the money because to me, it makes a difference, especially on my skin, how it projects, how I appear to other people. So the citrus neroli I'm keeping. The fruity neroli I'm considering. The Armani C, I like it. It's not like a, wow, I love it. It's kind of like a, okay. It could be in my collection. It's nothing I'm going to reach for. I might layer with it, but it's not going to be the focal point of any of my perfumes. It's just something that I'm like, oh, that was a little stronger than I expected. Let me put the Armani C on to balance it out. Or if I'm using a really light powdery fragrance, then like the Kenzo Amore that kind of like goes away, but it's still there, or the Hanai Mori butterflies. I feel like those two go with a lot of things. So I might use those in tandem with the Armani ones. I do like the My Way, because I do like the jasmine and the tuberose, but a lot of people say it's heavy on the jasmine and tuberose, and I feel like with this version, because they're always softer versions of the original, I think the powder, the jasmine and the tuberose aren't as like boom boom in your face as the original, because these are softer versions overall. So I feel like perhaps the Dossier version of the My Way by Armani is probably a more accepted version of it, because it's not as prevalent. It's there, but it's not as like, whew, like, oh, so many people complain about it. They really don't like it. And then I think I did say that I thought the powdery jasmine was like the Christian J'adore L'Or. Not anymore. The J'adore L'Or is very different. Initial scent, yes. Dry down, no. It's a very powdery, it's a very light jasmine. Stronger on the powder than the jasmine, but it's there. It's just not as heavy as a floral jasmine, which is my favorite. I loved that one. I'm really upset I didn't get that one again. I ordered it, but he didn't remember, or when they fulfilled the order, they didn't remember what I requested. That's upsetting, because I put the order in because I wanted it again, you know? So now the Jazz Club, less cigar smells, more bourbon. Contrale, qué cosa tan raro. Now you're smelling more of the booziness. You're smelling less tobacco. So first notes, beginning dry down, all tobacco. Now, I might take that back out of the box. Put this over here in the maybe pile. Wait a minute. Now you're smelling the alcohol, the bourbons, and the... Okay, so I have to do a whole nother video for the woody tobacco because it's evolving and changing. Okay, you can buy with confidence the Neroli. Which one is it? Oh, it's over here. The Citrus Neroli. You could buy that with confidence. That is very, very similar to Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. Like, I think it's identical. And you see how I'm comparing them. Identical. Like, I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I'm in shock at how identical. Like, everything is the same. Even now, when it's getting identical dry downs. Identical. Like, they... I'm not saying nothing. What is this one? I think this is the fruity Neroli. So nice. Okay, let's go look at this again. It was the Woody Freesia. Yeah. The Angel is not identical. It's not bad. My God, that Neroli Portofino is so good. So now all of the spiciness has gone from Angel. Now you're smelling Angel. The thing with these Dossier perfumes is you really gotta wait 30 minutes. with almost all of them. It's not the same. Like the first notes and the dry down take a while with the Dossier ones versus a regular perfume. And then it kind of, but if it doesn't smell like it at all, like with the powdery tobacco, I think I got a bad batch. I do. I think I got a bad batch, or the perfumier, whatever you call them, they did something wrong, because it smelled just like cocoa and ginger, and it was so upsetting because all the Tom Ford ones have been spot on. So I think I either got a bad batch, it was either sour or something, or I don't know if it smells like that. So I would give it another try. I would try to order it again and see if maybe it's different. I would even consider ordering it. Oh, I'm not going to. I would consider ordering it. Like if Dossier wants to send me the powdery tobacco, if anybody from Dossier has been watching my videos, I want to smell the entire original Dossier line. The original line, not the dupe, their version. And I want to try again the powdery the powdery tobacco, because I want to see if it does smell like Tom Ford, because all the Tom Ford ones have been identical. So I think I probably got a bad batch of it. I'm just happy that all of the spices are gone from Angel. Oh my God. It's not bad. It's not identical. It's what you expect a dupe to smell like with the Angel. And with the Cherie, it's okay. I feel like it smells like the Miss Dior now versus the Miss Dior from 2017. Not at all. The Angel is starting to smell more like Angel, but it's still off. It's nice. It's nicer now. It was so bad in the beginning. Oh, it's really nicer now. I could see why people, now it's starting now. What is this? Almost 20 to 30 minutes later. Now it's starting to smell more like Angel, like a lot more like Angel, but still daytime softer version. So hands down, this is my final synopsis. I smelled 21 Dossier perfumes, and they're all daytime versions of the original. I don't think anyone was a nighttime version except for the Tom Ford ones, with the exception of the powdery tobacco, which is a tobacco vanilla. I think the tobacco vanilla smells nothing like it. I've tried it multiple times. Nothing. It's cocoa and ginger. There is no tobacco. There is no vanilla. I think I got a bad batch. I do. With that one. But because all the other ones are spot on. Spot on. Spot on. Spot on. Spot on. Those are the only ones that were spot on. And the Flower Bomb. Identical. Identical. Everything else was like, I don't want to say watered down, because it's not. It's just like a softer daytime version. It doesn't have the punch that like... And I think that's what Dossier does. Like people are like, oh, I like it, but this is one note I don't like. So then they soften it and they keep all the notes that everybody likes, which is why you can tolerate it and you're okay with it being a dupe, because in reality, you didn't like the original completely in the first place. Does that make sense? I personally like the Armani ones because I like jasmine, but I understand if you don't like jasmine. Like my sister, she's like, oh, like if my sister smelled them, she'd be like, but if you like jasmine, you're going to like it. But I don't feel like they are perfumes that I would wear out. They're just like the stuff that I would wear when I'm home, because I like it, but I just know that a lot of people won't like it. You know what I mean? That's what jasmine is to me. A lot of people don't like jasmine or gardenia, and I love it. My favorite gardenia is Chanel Gardenia, but Lys 41 LYS 41 by Le Labo is amazing, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. The Le Labo, this little half ounce, is $100. Where is it? Or $90 on the Le Labo site and at Le Labo in Nordstrom, and I got it for $45 on eBay, and it's authentic 100%. You know, I'm like, well, I was the first one to spray it, and I got half off. So you don't have to spend full price on anything, and I didn't want a 1.7 ounce bottle because I'm not going to wear it that often. Look at all these perfumes I have to wear, right? So this was enough for me. They have a discovery set now. I don't know how long they're going to have it, but you get to try all 17 of the Le Labo scents. It's like this little tiny sample. Like most samples are like this. The Le Labo scents are like this. You get 17 of those, one from every single one in the line for $107. So if you guys want to try the Labo, go for it. And then you can go on eBay and get the half-ounce bottle for $45. Save yourself a ton of money and only buy the ones that you like. I don't really, and give me the look. I want you to get the look. I don't want you to have to spend the money to get it. I want you to take your money and invest it. I want to help you guys get to a place that maybe a lot of the people that watch my channel are financially savvy. They're very well off. They don't need this, right? They don't need the advice. But then there's other people that come on my channel that are still figuring it out, like myself. And like, so I'm just like, save your money, invest it, you know, don't spend it if you don't have to. You can get the same exact product at half the price from a different platform, whether it's Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, or somewhere else. But those are my trusted platforms, and I have, you know, like formulas on how to find out whether or not the seller's trustworthy and whatnot. They have really good return policies, so you don't have to worry about it. They have guarantees, so you get your money back. So I'm at peace with that. You know what I mean? And I try to teach you that, and that's why I have my Patreon. $25 a month, I think it pays for itself. You're supporting the channel, so even if you don't use it that month, you're still saying thank you to me, so I appreciate that. And then if you do save money, like you did with, if you get the Labo perfume, you're saving $45, it pays for itself. Do you know what I'm saying? If you buy the 10 Dossier perfumes from the seller I recommend, you're saving a lot of money because you're getting them for $15.80 versus $29, $39, $49. You know, and you don't have to buy, you know, like if you bought 6, it would still cost more with the 40% off at Dossier than it would to get the 10 here. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. You know, you're getting 4 extra ones for the same price that you would buy 6 on Dossier, but you're getting them here. So I try to help you guys save money and get the look at the same time without feeling pressured. And I don't want to influence you to buy something you don't need. So don't just buy these things. You know, like if you love perfumes, this is a great way to save money. Because for the price of normally 1 bottle of perfume, a good perfume, you're getting 10. That makes sense to me. I just wanted to try these because I was so curious. If you want to know what my favorite Dossier perfumes are, it's only these. There's 6 of them. The Floral Marshmallow, intoxicating. It is sweet, gourmand, marshmallow, and powder, but it's not the honeysuckle that the Love Don't Be Shy did. This, again, I think is more like Parfums de Marly Oriana. I think it's more spot on to that than it is to Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. A lot of people say it doesn't smell like it, but it's so good that it doesn't matter. You just love it because it's like its own original thing. It's so beautiful. The Floral Jasmine, because it's pure jasmine and it stays on and it projects because it's a Tom Ford scent. Dupe. The Powdery Jasmine is okay. I don't love it, but I don't not like it. I have 2 bottles of it now, so I'm kind of stuck with it. I'm going to use that as a room spray. The Citrus Neroli, spot on. Oh, so good. Identical. The Ambery Cherie, identical to Lost Cherie. And then there was another one. It was this one. The Powdery Coconut, identical to Solo Blanc. So of these, there are 4 Tom Ford scents that are my favorite. They're here. The other 2 are the Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy and the Victor and Rolf Good Fortune. Those are my favorite ones. The ones that I'm considering, so I spent a lot of money just to try these. I'm going to be doing giveaways, obviously, on my channel. I have a list of all the giveaways. These are going to be more next year, but just know that they're coming up because I'm not going to keep all these perfumes. I'm going to let my sister get first dibs and then maybe my brother's girlfriend and my mom. But my mom is very picky. She's not going to like any of these. I know my mom. The Coco Mademoiselle, I do like that one. It is very clean, fresh, simple. I think it smells like Coco Mademoiselle, but again, daytime, softer version. I'm okay with that because I don't really love the Coco Mademoiselle because it's so like strong and mature and you're like, oh my God, this is again a more softer kind of like mid-30s, late 20s, maybe early 40s. Like I feel like that's for me. But I know a lot of people do like those strong scents because they have stronger natural odor. It's not a bad thing. It's just that they have a natural, it's not body odor. It's just your natural scent. So people that I think have a stronger natural scent tend to go to these stronger fragrances that I tend to deviate away from because my natural scent is not as strong. So therefore I could go with the flowery, powdery, softer ones because it just needs to, it'll emanate more on my skin. Whereas other people need the spices, they need the bergamot, they need the strong punch in your face where you're like, why, you know? And I get that because it mixes well with their natural scent. So it smells good on them. because it's mixed. But with me, it doesn't smell good on me. I go with the softer scents for some reason with my body chemistry. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all different, and that's cool. Like, I like the stronger scents on those people that actually emanate that scent better because it works with it and it smells amazing. My sister, she's more floral. You know, she's into like soft florals and they smell so good on her and they last. And if I put a soft floral on, like a Chloe or whatever, it disappears on my skin. It's got like this one, like the black Opium, the Dossier version. It disappeared. It's gone. It's not there. You're not going to smell it. I have to spray that on my clothes, but I don't want it. I'm going to give it to my sister anyway. The black Orchid from Tom Ford, I've never smelled it, but because their dupes are spot on, I'm guessing it is. It's nice. It started off smoky, but now you smell more of the Orchid. I know that's my chair, sorry. You smell more of the Orchid now. I do like it. I'm going to test it out to see if I want to keep it for myself. Because it's not a scent that I would buy for myself. I just wouldn't. But I almost bought $85, just so you know. I almost spent $85 on Sephora to get the mini luxury samples. And one of them was the Black Orchid because I wanted to try the full-size perfume. So you exchange it for a 1 ounce perfume. You get the Black Orchid. And then you get like Good Girl and a couple of other ones. And I think one of these like Brazil bomb things. I don't know. But I didn't love all the other scents enough. I just wanted to try it. But guess what? For $15.80, I just got to try it. And I'm at peace with the dupe. I don't, you know what I mean? So I'm okay with that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're like me right now, where you're just like, I don't really want to spend that much money. I already got my collection. I love my collection. I'm at peace with my collection. There's just a couple of scents that I want to try to complement my collection, as layering to wear with, you know, sometimes you just want to mix two things together. That's what the Dossier ones are for. I think they're great for layering. They're great for the soft time, daytime version of the scent that you already like. I like it. The woody tobacco is getting better. The Jazz Club, the cigar is gone. All of the tobacco and the smoke gone. All of it. Now it's just like alcohol. Almost like Killian's. You know how Killian's has that whole alcohol kind of line? The vodka on the rocks, the Angel Share, all of them. It's more boozy now, which is nice, with a slight bit of smoke. I'm going to see if I like... The ones that I'm going to try are going to be the Coco Mademoiselle, the Dior Mon Cherie, which is a floral pink pepper. The Woody Oakmoss is the Chanel. The Woody Tobacco is the Jazz Club Replica by Maison Margelas. And the Spicy Orchid is the Tom Ford Black Orchid. Those are the four that they're contenders that I might keep from this set. The Fruity Neroli I'm definitely keeping because I do like the jasmine. The other one, which the Floral Lavender, that's the Libre I'm debating on. So these are the ones I'm contending. The Powdery Jasmine I have two of. I might actually give one away. I don't love it. I'm really upset that I didn't get the one that I ordered. I'm giving my sister the Black Opium. And the Angel is okay. I'm kind of thinking about the Angel because it's, you know, like, so I'm going to give you guys overall reviews. This is an unboxing shortly. Not shortly, in like the next week or two, I'm going to actually wear them. Every day I'm going to wear a different one, and I'm going to let you know how I feel about it in the shorts, if that makes sense. So keep your eye out for the shorts. The shorts will probably be on my other channel because I swap. I have Big in Style and then I have Give Me the Look. So on one I'll put the long video and on the other one I'll put the shorts. I might put the shorts on both of them actually, to be quite honest. But I don't put the long videos on both of them. So that's why I always put the links in the description box so you can go in between channels. I think it's just best because I don't want to put the same information on both channels. That's annoying. So all the stuff that I don't feel like should be on Give Me the Look, I put on Big in Style. And then anything plus size is for Big in Style. So I do more videos. They're just not all going to be here. They're going to be over there too. So you might want to subscribe to both channels. It's up to you. If you do like my style, come back for a while. If you like my vibe, please subscribe. If you thought this video was helpful in any way whatsoever, please hit the like button. I know this is a long video, but it was 11 perfumes. And I did talk about other Dossier perfumes. So I kind of did a video on 20 perfumes because I did talk about the other ones that I did review. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much. If you do want to try Dossier, I say go for it. I know they're in Walmart now, so you could try them there in person. They're, again, softer daytime version. And some of them, if they're not the same, I told you. Again, this is not Miss Dior 2017 Mon Cherie. It's not. It's just like, it smells just like today's Miss Dior. The Angel is much better now, but it's still not identical, but it's a decent dupe. It's a decent dupe. The Neroli Portofino, identical. Identical. The Black Orchid, delicious. It's delicious. I don't think it's a daytime scent. I still think it's a nighttime scent. I wouldn't wear this during the day. It's too much. This is definitely a nighttime scent. I feel like it's a little bit of a bedroom scent. It's really strong. Yeah, that's what I have for you guys. So I went over everything that the black opium is gone on my skin, just gone. But that's what my body does. It just eats up certain scents, and then in other scents, it's like, here to the world, you know. Rock and roll, thank you so much for your time. XOXO. You must be subscribed to win the giveaways. If there's anything that you did want, put it in the comment section. You can look at my last giveaway video so you can see what I'm giving away. I write everything in the description box, and let me know what you want. And as the channel keeps growing, we'll have more giveaways, because as you can see now, I'm giving these away. Whatever I get for Christmas that I'm not a fan of, I'm either going to sell on Mercari. I do a lot of sales on Mercari and eBay. A lot of my clients have inventory that they give me to sell for them. I have a really nice YSL roadie bag, like original YSL vintage roadie. That's navy blue. I'm debating on buying it, but I think I'm gonna, you know, like, it's there. If you guys want to check that out. A lot of Leota dresses are all size small. So most of my clients are like an extra small through a small, because that's just wealthy people. They just end up wanting to be a size 2-4. That's their goal. And then sometimes they just give up and they're like, whatever, I'm a 6'8", 10, I don't care. You know, but most of them that strive, they strive for it for their whole entire life, to stay between a 2 and a 4. I don't know why. It's just like the thing. So a lot of this stuff that I have for sale are for size 2 and 4, but the accessories like the bags and shoes and scarves and things like that, then, you know, bathrobes and whatnot, you can see on my eBay channel and Mercari. XOXO. Bye-bye.